Thanks for tuning in. I'm coming at you live from my hotel room here in Paris, and I'm really excited about this video because this is actually something that I use YouTube a lot for. I love listening to morning pep talks, whether it's a spiritual sermon or an empowering talk about a philosophy or a metaphysical concept that's really going to inspire me and shift my thoughts into gear for the day in the morning when I'm getting ready. So, I was walking around the Musée d'Orsay today looking at all the beautiful artwork, and I have this to say to you. I truly believe that all of us incarnated here on this planet as creative beings. Why do most of us call our higher power our creator, right? And according to most religions or spirituality, whatever you subscribe to, there is a droplet or a portion, right, of that all being creative energy within us, right? And so we are inherently creative. And what if your life is really a tabula rasa? What if your life is a blank slate? It is your canvas, and you get to choose every beautiful brushstroke. When we were looking at the Impressionists today, right? I was seeing how you could see every single little brushstroke, each little dot, each color, right? And how individually each of them were insignificant, but together they made up a beautiful, beautiful painting. And I think life's a lot like that. Every day we get to make another little dot with our paintbrush. Every day we get to choose our color. We get to decide how long our brushstroke is. We get to formulate what this masterpiece of our life looks like. And so I ask you, are you choosing? Are you conscious about how you're moving your brush right now? Are you aware that you are the creative force? And yes, as artists or musicians call it like the muse, I believe we are also divinely guided. We are guided by our heart. We are guided by our higher power. We are guided by our highest self. And so we can tap into that inspiration as to where we get to, dip our paintbrush and where we're going to paint on our masterpiece. But I just want to remind you today that this is your work of art. And so if you don't like what you're painting right now, you can absolutely change it. This is your masterpiece. And every stroke, every choice, every desire is you, is up to you. And yes, the muse or your higher power or your heart or divine inspiration will guide you, but it's you that has to move that paintbrush. It's you that has to show up for that blank canvas. It's you that has to pick the paint color, right? You've got to take those earthly actions. You can listen to your intuition. You can connect fiercely with the desires in your heart. But if you don't pick up that paintbrush, someone else is painting your masterpiece. Someone else. And you're creating the work of art that is your life on default. And if you're looking over your shoulder here or there, you're looking at what someone else is painting, guess what? That's not yours. We're each here. Just like you go to a museum. Yeah, you can have different artists in the same era, but rarely do you ever see two paintings that look exactly the same. No, because nobody copies someone else's art and ends up in a museum. No, because what we resonate with is the unique masterpiece of that soul. And each one of our souls has a masterpiece to paint. Each one of our souls has a whole different spectrum of brushstrokes and colors in which we'd like to use. But it's time for you to claim your artistic license. It's time for you to pick up that paintbrush. And it's time for you to be an active artist in your life. You can do it. And so, what does that look like in your life? Well, it looks like connecting with your higher power. It looks like tapping into your heart's desires. It looks like connecting to your intuition so that you can see. Every artist has a vision for the painting in their mind's eye before they bring it to life. Just like each one of us has a vision for our life in our mind's eye before we bring it to life. And just like an artist can get that vision, or a musician could get that vision, or, a sculptor could get that vision, and they could disregard it, and they could carry on doing whatever they're doing, so can we. But we have a choice to connect to that vision and to then start taking the daily earthly actions, start picking the colors, start one brush stroke at a time, painting our masterpiece. We have that power. And so I want you to remember that today. And I want you to ask yourself, what is the masterpiece of my life? What is the next brush stroke that I feel called to paint? What am I being called to create in my life right now? And I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at what starts happening once you really own your creative control. And for those of you that want a little help with that, I have a free conscious lifestyle design assessment that will help you get into the visioning, help you get clear on the practical actions, and start painting your masterpiece. So you can grab that below. Thanks for listening. I hope this helps you, and listen to it as many times as you need to when you feel funky, when you feel stuck, to remind yourself all you ever have to do is pick up that paintbrush. It's yours, it was yours all along. Now go paint your masterpiece. The world needs it.